I mean, you the one, KPS, what you rolling your eyes for? You were getting ready to be on jury trial track. So now you're at the end of the line. So I'm not real sure why you're rolling your eyes on the court. This is your fault that you're getting a date in February. Like 5 times.
I have people, ma'am, excuse me.
I'm not sure why you're interrupting me. I don't know why. And I need Ms. Davis to come on to the screen. I've tried to bring you onto the screen so many times. And in a minute, I'm getting ready to KPS you, and your bond is going to be $10,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and buckle up, because today's courtroom drama is one for the books. We've got defendants rolling their eyes, interrupting judges, missing court dates, and even claiming the courtroom somehow locked them out. Judge Bryant is not having it, and she makes it crystal clear that disrespect won't be tolerated. In this session, we'll see two very different defendants, one struggling with probation, unpaid fines, and community service hours, and another who tries to argue her way out of responsibility by shifting blame. But here's the kicker. Both face serious consequences if they can't show respect for the court. You're about to watch eye rolls, excuses, and some fiery pushback from Judge Bryant herself. Who's really telling the truth here, and who's just trying to dodge accountability? Stick with me, because the twists, contradictions, and judges' rulings are going to keep you hooked until the very end.
You on Deshaun Williams?
Ready on Mr. Williams, Your Honor. I don't think I had anything for him.
Mr. Williams, why you wait till I come on then walk? I mean, you should be in the place where you're going to be. I've asked you all in the beginning of the court, remain seated, stationary, in an upright position, ready to attend court. I say it like 5 times.
I have people, ma'am, excuse me.
I'm not sure why you're interrupting me. I don't know why. I have no idea why you're interrupting me, but please stop. I'm ready on Deshaun Williams because I didn't say remain seated in an upright position unless. I didn't.
Right off the bat, Judge Bryant sets the tone. No nonsense, no disrespect. Court isn't casual. It's not a Zoom hangout where you can roll your eyes or talk over the judge. Judges expect defendants to appear professional, seated upright, attentive, and ready. Because it shows respect for the legal process. Rolling your eyes at the court may not land you in jail instantly, but it definitely impacts how the judge views your credibility and attitude. Let me ask you, if you were the judge, would you trust someone who couldn't even keep a straight face in court?
I didn't. And I also said, please do not unmute yourself until asked to do so by the court. Like we give the instructions for court at the beginning of court. We do. This is case number 206021101, the people of the state of Michigan versus Deshaun, middle name may be Devon Williams. The defendant is charged with license plate, illegal use, driving while license suspended, revoked, denied, driving on an unregistered motor vehicle. Today is a date set for review at 10:05, meaning that at the last review date set by the court back in December that the defendant failed to appear. Ms. Stevenson, your appearances, please.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Mr. Deshaun Williams. Mr. Williams, sir, please unmute and tell the judge your full name.
Deshaun Devon Williams.
Thank you.
I have somebody working on my apartment, ma'am. So,
sir, that's not what's going to happen. 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 That is not what's going to happen. That is not what's going to happen. Now, if that's how you need to attend court today, then you need not to attend court today. But you're not going to overtalk us.
Here we see one of the biggest problems with virtual court, defendants unmuting themselves and interrupting. Judge Bryant reminds him multiple times, don't unmute unless asked. Think of court like an orchestra. The judge is the conductor, and everyone else has a role. If one person decides to jump in out of turn, it creates chaos. The legal takeaway here? Every courtroom has procedures. Ignore them, and you're not just being rude, you're putting your case at risk.
You're not going to explain your personal at-home situation to us because the court is open, ready for business. If your home was not conducive for you to attend court this morning, then you should have come in person. As I indicated, I'm not going to compete with whatever you have going on. I said that 3 or 4 times this morning. Ms. Stevenson,
Your Honor, I actually am, I'm gonna ask the court if I can just go back to break out with Mr. Williams.
Well, you may need to, because he's on his way to
Okay.
get his probation revoked, because I'm not real sure.
Notice how Williams tries to explain that someone is working in his apartment, but Judge Bryant cuts him off. That's not what's going to happen. But because excuses don't erase responsibilities. Court is court. If your environment isn't quiet, you're expected to show up in person. Judges have heard every excuse under the sun: bad Wi-Fi, noisy kids, construction. But none of that changes the fact that you're required to be fully present. This is a powerful reminder. If you want leniency, you start with respect, not excuses.
Why he thinks that today he's going to be hostile towards the court. I'm not
just have another quick minute with Mr. Williams.
Okay, you may have a lot of minutes with Mr. Williams to save
Okay.
him from what he's getting ready to be engaged in. All right, I will send him to the breakout room. Stevenson, anything? I don't remember where we left off with Mr. Williams.
We were at the very beginning.
Oh, okay. Let me get this file. And I need Ms. Davis to come on to the screen. I've tried to bring you onto the screen so many times. And in a minute, I'm getting ready to KPS you, and your bond is going to be $10,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. All right, so I'm back on the record with Deshaun Williams. And Ms. Stevenson.
Again, for the record, Janice Stevenson on behalf of Mr. Deshaun Williams. Mr. Williams, sir, please unmute and tell the judge your full name.
Deshaun Devon Williams.
All right, today is the date set. I don't have anything up there. For review for Mr. Williams, he was last scheduled to appear before the court December the 15th, and I did have an update at that time. However, I believe that Mr. Williams failed to appear and his matter was adjourned to today. So that update, I don't know if it is accurate today or not. Ms. Stevenson, you should have still had it from December. I think I sent it to you back in December.
And there is some updated information, Your Honor. At this point, Mr. Williams has indicated he's completed all 122 hours of the community service. He's working with through a referral, which Ms. O'Driscoll gave him for Detroit Works, trying to take care of whatever. There's an individual who's helping him through Detroit Works to get on top of any outstanding traffic matters he has at 36th District Court. He's also trying to get some more regular work. He does do odd jobs, Your Honor, so that he'll be able to get together enough money to pay the balance of the costs and fines. But I think that's all that's left. The community service is done. Mr. Williams keeps regular contact with Ms. O'Driscoll and is using the resources that she's made him aware of. So
even Williams' own attorney admits it. He's on the verge of having probation revoked. That's serious. Probation is essentially a second chance, freedom with conditions. Blow it and prison is waiting. Judges don't revoke probation lightly, but when someone keeps showing attitude, missing court, or failing to comply, revocation becomes inevitable. Here's the big question. Do you think Williams is sabotaging himself, or is he just overwhelmed by the system?
I'm going to ask the court to give Mr. Williams an opportunity to continue to work on the monetary balance. I don't know how much that is, Judge.
Mr. Flanagan, what is his balance for this case? I only imposed 385. No, that's not the truth. He had several counts, but at a certain point, I think I changed some of it to community service. So he had 335 on count 3, 385 on count 2, and 1,085 on count 1. And at some point I converted maybe all of it. Count 1 I converted down to 210, count 2 and 3 I converted each down to 185. Mr. Flanagan.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what the ROA is showing for count 1, 210, for count 2, 185, and for count 3, 185.
And that's still the balance?
Yes.
All right, and he had $6,000 that he was owing on traffic tickets. Give me 1 second. Where did I just leave off? That threw me off. Ms. Stevenson, did you hear me?
At the amount of money that was calculating the amount of money that was owed.
Okay, so he still owes, oh, I was gonna calculate this. So, I mean, the $6,000, he owes a lot trying to get on a payment plan. 25% of 6,000 is 1,500.
And I think that's what he's working with Detroit Works.
Now, let's talk numbers, because Judge Bryant goes through the math carefully. At one point, Williams owed thousands in traffic fines. Some were reduced to community service, some were converted to smaller amounts, but there's still a balance, $580 left. Courts often allow payment plans or community service to help defendants, but ultimately, the balance must be cleared. This breakdown shows how courts balance punishment with practicality. But here's the real kicker, $6,000 in unpaid traffic tickets. Imagine letting your fines stack that high. Would you have handled it differently? Or is this just the result of years of small mistakes adding up?
On, Your Honor, to try to get that down somehow.
Okay, so he was placed on probation December of 2021. We almost out of time. Did he cape it? Well, no, because I mean, it's at 10:05, but December 2021, he's running out of time.
So, Judge, if he can, how much does he owe left in this case, Judge?
You didn't add that up.
I didn't. I was just looking for the bottom number. Trying to do something.
He owes $580.
Okay.
The judge calculates 25% of $6,000 equals $1,500. That's the minimum down payment Williams needs to show good faith. This is a classic example of how courts demand accountability. It's not just about paying everything at once, it's about proving effort. But here's the irony. While Williams argues and interrupts, his lawyer is working hard to negotiate on his behalf. It's a reminder that sometimes defendants are their own worst enemy.
The answer to your question is no, though. I mean, you want to say if he paid the $580, am I not going to hold him to getting on the payment plan and stuff?
No, if he pays the $580 and then gives the court some verification of what he's trying to do through this, through Detroit Works, Your Honor, to try to resolve the outstanding matter, I would be asking the court to then maybe close the matter if he's doing what he can do. It's a lot of money, that $1,500.
Okay, well, we'll see. Let's see what Detroit Works says.
Okay.
All right. So let's continue him to August the 30th at 10 a.m. Anything further?
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Williams. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Davis, Mr. Williams, have a great day. Stay safe. Ms. Davis, this is your last opportunity.
She's calling me right now, Judge. Can I see what?
We'll see, because Ms. Ritter has to go, and Ms. Davis is, I don't know what's her issue.
Okay, can I just have 1 second?
Yeah. Oh, and then I need you to call your client and ask her, is that her in the breakout room? Because I'm not letting her in, Ms. Sanders. I think that's Tony.
Okay.
Yeah, see if you can call her and see if that's her.
Okay.
Okay. Must remain seated, stationary, in an upright position, and ready to attend court. No matter where I send you, you must remain seated, stationary, in an upright position, and ready to attend court. This is case number 22571-1901. The people of the state of Michigan versus Andress. Middle name might be Tynique. It might be cut off. Tynec. Bohannan. Defendant is charged with 1 count of retail fraud, and today is the day set for final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Andress Bohannan. Ms. Bohannan, ma'am, please unmute and tell the judge your full name.
Hi, Judge. My name is Andress Tynecia Bohannan.
Today is the day set for final pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Ms. Bohannan will continue her plea of not guilty. Your Honor, I think we had a prior missed court date But I am asking this to go on the jury trial track.
Court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Bohannan, and I will place the matter on jury trial track.
Judge Bryant gives Williams more time until August 30th to pay $580 and show proof he's working with Detroit Works. That's leniency, but it comes with strings attached. Miss it, and consequences will be severe. This is where courtroom drama meets real life. Deadlines, money, second chances. For you watching, what do you think? Should Williams get more time, or should the judge have cracked down harder?
Did she miss her court date at the time that I was getting ready to give her a jury trial? Or was she already on jury trial track?
I think she was supposed to get on. Well, the note that I had is on December 15th, we had a final pretrial. We were adjourned to April 6, 2023 for a final pretrial to be placed on jury trial track.
Court is going to place the matter on jury trial track, setting a final pretrial date. I think I was setting final pretrials for at least February. Mr. Flanagan, I mean, you the one, KPS, what you rolling your eyes for? You were getting ready to be on jury trial track. So now you're at the end of the line. So I'm not real sure why you're rolling your eyes on the court. This is your fault that you're getting a date in February.
I was there. I was in the courtroom April 6th.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you didn't never let me in the courtroom.
Because
I recorded it.
And I know it's a reason. Oh, she probably came very late. How many people do we not let in the courtroom? Can anybody tell me if I've never let somebody not come in the courtroom who were on time and ready for court?
The court date was April 5th, Your Honor.
Okay.
She wasn't admitted.
And what, April 5th, April 6th? So Ms. Bohannan wants me to believe that she came to court on time, and then we just left her sitting in the waiting room, and we said we're not letting her in court.
Now we switch to defendant number 2, Ms. Bohannan, charged with retail fraud and claiming not guilty. Right away, there's tension. She missed a previous court date, and now she's rolling her eyes at the judge. That's a bad move. Judges notice body language. An eye roll in court isn't just disrespect. It's like shouting, "I don't take this seriously." Question for you. Do you think eye rolling should be punished, or is it just frustration spilling over?
That's what happened. What date are your notes from, Ms. Stevenson?
From, so on December 15th, it was placed, it's his final pretrial conference for jury trial track for 5/23, Your Honor.
So December 15th, Ms. Bohannan, final pretrial conference held, not guilty, continued. Final pretrial adjourned to April 5th at 9:17. And then on April 5th, I heard Miss Brenda Holmes' case. I heard Cheryl Mosdrick's case. I heard LaShawn Davis, Amari Banks, Joseph Fields, Jacqueline Flint, Juan Moran, somebody last name Boggs, Jessica Jackson, Adam Mazon, Joseph Grice, Lakia Gill, Verde Wilson. I don't have anybody's name, Bohannan. Mr. Flanagan, what happened on April 5th? What do the notes say for April 5th for Ms. Bohannan?
It was a miscellaneous action, and it was scheduled for final pretrial for today.
So what happened probably was Ms. Bohannan, she came late. And was I in trial that day? April 5th. I don't see any trial notes on here. So Ms. Bohannan, she probably came late. And then I gave her the courtesy of putting it on this date. But now what it appears that perhaps it should have been at 9:17 instead of at 9 o'clock.
Bohannan argues she showed up for her April court date but wasn't let in. Judge Bryant doesn't buy it. But Because court records tell a different story. Judges document everything: times, dates, who appeared, who didn't. Claiming the court simply ignored you is almost impossible to prove. It also comes across as an excuse rather than accountability. Here's the bigger issue: missing court is treated seriously. It can lead to warrants, fines, or worse. So the question is, do you believe Bohannan, or is this just another courtroom excuse?
But what Ms. Bohannan is not going to do, so Ms. Bohannan, let me tell you what's going on right now. What you're doing right now is equivalent to coming up to the podium and turning your body to the side. Coming up to that podium, turning your body to the side. You're going to stop doing that. You're going to stop doing that. Now, if you continue to have an attitude, the matter is probably not going to be resolved in the fashion that you want it to be. But if you can muster up some respect for the court and for the court process and indicate things in a respectful way, then we'll continue to look into what you're saying. So it appears that on April the 5th, Ms. Bohannan's matter was not heard. And the only reason that could be because I would never not let a person into the courtroom, because as we can see, I was present and working that day. And I clearly have nothing against Ms. Bohannan. I don't know Ms. Bohannan. And I would not have just said, I'm not going to let Ms. Bohannan into the courtroom. Nonetheless, at the time that we adjourned the case, Ms. Bohannan should have already been on the jury trial track at 9:17.
Here's where Judge Bryant draws the line. She tells Bohannan to stop turning your body to the side, a metaphor for her attitude. In other words, stop resisting, stop rolling your eyes, and start engaging with respect. Judges can be stern, but they also give warnings before harsher actions. This was that warning. It's a fascinating moment. Bohannan had a chance to reset her tone. Will she take it?
The record does not reflect a capias, nor is the matter set at 9:05. Therefore, since she was apparently already on the jury trial track, despite the fact that she did not indicate that in a respectful way, the court is going to give a jury trial date. Anything further with respect to this matter?
Not from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Nothing on behalf of Ms. Bohannan. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, then you're very welcome. And we are all set until November the 17th at 9:10 a.m. Have a great day and stay safe.
Judge, she's trying to switch devices. There's an internet problem where she is, so she has to get off of the internet device and try to get on a mobile device. Your Honor, Ms. Davis indicated she's trying to put Zoom on a mobile device.
We don't have time for that
device.
You saying she got to download the app and do all of that?
That's what it looks like.
She was supposed to practice this yesterday. What happened? You all have a plus sign behind her name.
Yes, we were able to interview Ms. Davis in the breakout room, Your Honor, have talked to her about her case. It's just that she was using a device which was dependent, I guess, on the Wi-Fi, and she said that somebody hit a pole and there's a problem with Comcast.
Ms. Davis needs to get on the court tomorrow. She's going to come to court tomorrow in person.
Okay.
Because Ms. Davis is getting ready to have a warrant for her arrest for $10,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. She has capiased on this case about 5 times. So she better get to court tomorrow morning, 8:30.
Okay.
Ms. Riddle, you may leave.
Thank you, Judge. Everyone have a good day.
In the end, Judge Bryant gives Bohannan what she wanted, a jury trial date. But make no mistake, this wasn't because of her attitude. It was because the law required it. Judges often separate personal frustration from legal obligations. Bohannan may have been rolling her eyes, but legally, she still had a right to trial. This shows the balance of the courtroom, strict on respect, but fair on rights. So let's recap. We saw 2 very different defendants today. Williams, buried under fines and community service, given one last chance to prove himself before facing harsher consequences. And Bohannan, whose eye rolls and excuses nearly derailed her case, but who still walked out with a jury trial date because the law protects her right to due process. Judge Bryant's courtroom makes one thing clear: respect the process, or the process will remind you who's in charge. What do you think? Were these defendants just overwhelmed, or were they playing games with the court? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown as jaw-dropping as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more explosive courtroom breakdowns every week.